So, what is Friday Night Lip Service? Friday Night Lip Service is a radio show by queer women for queer women in Canberra, Australia and the world, because we do stream on 2xxfm.org.au. That is a radio show which is part of the Q Radio family here in Canberra, and we broadcast from a community radio station, so there are two other queer shows as part of the Q Radio family. One is YQ Radio and the other is Q Radio. But what's special about Friday Night Lip Service is that we really show, I think, all the segments, or at least most of the segments of the queer women's community in Canberra, in terms of ages, in terms of experiences, in terms of gender expression and everything like that. We chat about a lot of things, from polyamory to love and relationships, how to pick up women, whether or not it's appropriate to wear pants in front of your housemates, how to deal with that ex in your life, and also just general chitter-chatter that you'd really hear from a good bunch of friends. We are all very inclusive, all ready for a great laugh and to share our music tastes, and I think that's what the best thing is about Friday Night Lip Service. It feels like you're really talking to a friend and that a community is being made out of it.
It airs every Friday, 9:30 till 11:30. It's on PM, I should say. Friday night Lip Service should give that away, and Friday gives away another little bit about when it might air. It airs on 2XX, which is Canberra's community radio, People Power Radio. It's 98.3 FM on your dial if you want to tune in. You can also stream it on the internet if you're into that. Are we podcasting? Not yet. You know what? One day there'll even be a podcast for it, and then you can download it onto your iPod and run around town listening to the lovely ladies of Lip dribbling into your ear. And how does it air? Well, I think one of the really important things to remember about how it actually gets to be on air is that people put in a lot of work. The presenters all show up and think about stuff in their free time and turn it into an interesting radio show. One of the other reasons why it airs is because we are really lucky to have sponsorship from a few Canberra queer organisations, but we're always looking for more sponsors. So if you want to do the right thing and I guess support the community in a way that's really positive, and I think actually also a really intelligent way of supporting the queer community in Canberra, you can always look us up, give us some money, we'll support you, you support us. And I think that's the other thing actually to really mention about the show. One of the things that's really important about it from my perspective is that it is I think it's the thinking woman's queer show. So it really is about having fun, but also, you know, turning your mind to some of the bigger questions about what it means to be queer, the political aspects of it, the social aspects of it, and yeah, trying to I guess really it's about community, and it's about supporting one another and helping people engage in community in a way that, you know, is quite powerful and fun.
Well, about 8 months ago, would be 8 months now, the Q Radio committee approached me about adding a queer women's show to the set, and, you know, obviously I was really keen because I'm a joiner, and they needed a committee member and somebody to sort of like coordinate the whole thing, but obviously they thought they were just taking on somebody who would sort of just like push the buttons and fill out the forms. They didn't realise they were taking on a revolutionary. From which I sort of took the lead with sort of renaming the show, and, you know, me and Camille had a lot of fun, like brainstorming what we should call it. I think if there was a second that was almost called Outskirts, like outskirts, but that was very gender prescriptive, so we moved away from that. And Friday Night Lip Service, the reason we called it that is actually because it's a fun little euphemism for a bit of, well, I don't know if it's documentary appropriate, hey? So you know, the joke about like what you're doing when you're staying home on a Friday night all by yourself, paying a bit of lip service to yourself, if you know what I mean. Yeah, it's actually just an old school seedy innuendo. So that's why we call it Friday Night Lip Service, because, you know, it's not often that people actually like talk about women's sexuality, and I think that sort of was the tone we wanted to set, one that was like, we're not afraid to talk about the things that we want to talk about, we want to challenge, we want to talk about experiences and things like that. In terms of getting that ball rolling, it was just as much about getting the training done and getting other people excited as it was, you know, defining the show, writing paperwork, talking about what we wanted it to be, how we wanted it to feel, listening to lots of other shows. And then, you know, it wasn't like we necessarily even had to try particularly hard to get to generate interest. A lot of other women were interested, you know, as soon as we mentioned it. Jenny was, you know, Jenny, Mel, Camille, the likes of them were already in the committee and already in the Q Radio group, so it wasn't hard to be all like, oh, let's do Friday Night Lip Service now and get all excited about a new brand, a new style. And, you know, it was like, I think I recruited Lucy one night down at the Phoenix and we were drinking and I was like, oh, hey, radio show, queer women stuff, talk about pubic hair and things. So that was great. And I mean, I think in lots of ways we approached it, and I say we because Camille was a very big part of starting it up as well, with this open-ended sort of like, it can be what the group makes it, and it can be whatever people want it to be, because that's what good community projects are about. Like, the people that make them up, the people that speak for the other people that, you know, they are in cahoots with, like, you know, in terms of trying to talk about queer experience, queer stories and queer voices, it was all about letting the group and letting the team and letting the women that were involved in the project define it, and I think we've done really well at that. Like, it definitely speaks to diversity, it speaks to the people that make it up, it speaks to, as far as I can understand, like, every single person that's on the team has had a chance to really make it something that they can be proud of, and it has little to do with me as the first person to have their name next to the convener title. So yeah. Anything else?
To Friday Night Lip Service, which is part of the Q Radio family, which includes our Q Radio show on Thursday nights, Lip Service, which you're currently listening to on Friday nights, followed by Insomnia, and then on Saturday nights we have YQ Radio. We are talking about queers in the media. It have to be Pink's song. She did a cover of the song Fingers, and it's dirty, and in the live DVD concert, she's sitting on a lounge and she has hands come out of the lounge and caress her. It gets very dirty, but she keeps her clothes on, so that's, you know, audience appropriate. There was a person came out in the boxing community who's a big international boxer, you know, a big, tough, very hyper-masculine sport that he's in and that he represents and that he has a following from, and he came out and said, I'm a gay male. And that was really brave because, yeah, like we have the Bears in Australia, and that's fantastic. I love the Bears. But for somebody who is a role model in that community, you know, to possibly turn away a lot of his fan base just to stand up for something he believes in, I thought was brilliant to see. And I'm not a fan of boxing, but that was cool.
Somebody to lean on. Let's go to the thing, right? Here we go. Call on me, brother, when you need a hand. We all need.
Okay, so as you know, next week is the Women's Dance, which we're all really excited about. And I'm performing, which I'm really excited about, because my dream is to one day sing a Beyonce cover in front of people dancing. So I'm going to wear these booty shorts and these awful silvery kind of aqua boots. I'm going to shake my booty, I'm going to sing this cover, and it's going to be awesome. It's going to be amazing.
Can you do a demo too?
Okay. No, okay. No.
After this, we're at 10:44 at the moment.
got to get you a drum kit. Don't bend over, Jude.
What about you, Nate?
Well, I'm single and have been all my life, so I've never been in a relationship, let alone multiple. So I guess my questions tonight, or my take on the whole thing, would be mostly opinions, and the questions I'm going to be asking are going to be curiosity out of my own, you know. So, but yeah, like I like masculine energy, so I'm attracted to men. So, you know, yeah, and yeah, I'm single. So, hello.
We were just joking off air that Friday Night Lip Service totally doubles as like a dating service for the presenters and the guests alike. So, you know, like, maybe get on our Facebook page. Maybe we'll post.
Hi, my name is Natty Curls BK, aka KBK, but you can call me Natty. Hey. Oh my gosh, I totally forgot what I was gonna say. And then when I went back out to go do my homework, Jana came through the door, so like it was whole set up, like they wanted to distract me so that she could sneak in and all this.
And everyone looks over to me. Well, for those of you who don't know me, I'm otherwise known as S&M around town. I'm one of the newest presenters here. Well, the newest. This is my first night. And in a nutshell, I would class myself as a dominant female, and I'm out and proud about it, and very much promote the kink and fetish scene in Canberra, Sydney and Melbourne, places I've gone out and done my thing at. And for those of you who remember a favourite little bar in Woden called Hush, I used to actually run a fetish night out there called Fire and Ice.
Did you run Fire and Ice?
I did indeed.
Wow! I never made it out to a Fire and Ice, but I was always very impressed that it happened. Because it's like when I grow some balls and decide that I'm going to like do that, I'm going to go to a Fire and Ice. Never did, and then Hush closed down.
Yeah, we lost our venue. The actual reason I set that up in the first place was we were having a problem for, dare I say, new people in the fetish community. They had no way of sort of connecting with other new people. If we're actually looking at what a particular fetish is, though, it's almost like an addiction. So it is something that you cannot live without. It's part of who you are. A kink might, as you're saying, it might be just a little bit more than a preference. It's something you enjoy, but you're not going to die if you don't. Oh, Jenny. Oh, Jenny. You're too hot. You're too hot. The camera can't handle it. Woo! Nice. Oh, wow.
Gender cheese. Don't take gender yogurt either.
No, it goes off apparently really quickly.
If it's a warm evening, it will go off. It will. Quite a bit of glamour.
Oh,
As
I'm
you know,
sorry.
the choir is very good at glamour. So that'll be one of the songs. I'm not going to say anymore because it would just be too much. But we're doing quite a lot of gospel songs as well.
Yeah.
And some of them are just wonderful because I just basically sort of put myself into a bit of a, you know, I think I'm sort of, you know, way down south in America or something like this, sort of down in Louisiana or something, and I sort of try to put on my, because I sing bass, you know, because that's kind of interesting, but I try to put on my best sort of Paul Robeson voice or something like that. It's just, it's
cool.
remarkable.
Hello, welcome to Friday Night Lip Service, Friday night at 9:30. Thanks for joining us. Our theme for this evening is relationships, long term. Living in the same house is long distance. Can be long distance.
Do you mean like Facebook relationships? That means like modern day long distance. Is that where we're going with this?
Hey, you know what we could talk about next week? Long distance relationships. Hey, let's talk about long term relationships this week. And we have two special guests to talk to us about long term relationships.
Should be here in a minute. I know what you
We need to sneak whistles.
Can you turn it up a bit, please?
Oh, you for a while, I never saw your smile, till it was just time to go, time to go away, time to go away.
There's still some tingles. Oh, we'll just wait for the tingles to subside. Okay, I think that's about it with the tingles now. Welcome back to Friday Night Live Service on Q Radio. We've just been chatting about some other events. Wow, seems like there's a plethora of events at the moment flooding the scene, which is unfortunate for most of the uni students because this is just not the time.
Oh my gosh, yeah. I'm
Yeah.
like heckers. Yeah.
Heckers
Indeed,
indeed.
being a nursing student is not fun at the
Heckers
moment.
is the word. That's a good word. Annie,
Lucy.
Ash. Of a community day, like, can you just put community on a day? Like, it's just kind of like, it's obviously a thing that happens, it's a process, and lots of people on our Facebook wall are kind of hitting up the idea about belonging, you know, community is about belonging.
Yeah.
So we've got Ollie and Hannah on the Facebook wall saying, Hannah's saying belonging and Ollie's saying community means being united in a common cause. So there are these kind of, I guess, basis of that. So, I mean, those kind of ideas aren't really demonstratable on just one day. It's kind of a process of interrelationships.
Yeah, I see communities.
Somebody to lean on.
Okay, how old are you, Jamone?
I'm 20.
20. Oh,
Yeah.
okay. So good. So young. Oh gosh. I had a question and it's gone. I'm ruining it. What am I doing?
Someone do the booty shake in her face. Go on, do it. Oh, there we go. Hey guys, I'm Zoe Fleming from Friday Night Lip Service on 2XX 98.3. And we are here at
Lima.
That's going on the website.
Sound the lead mate. Lima.
Dan Zoe.
Yep. We also have the Fruit Tingles party.
So that's
Which
next
is
Saturday.
that's next Saturday. The fruit tingles.
Yeah.
Yep, 10th of November at 7 p.m.
And gaps that day as well.
Yes, and Gap.
Oh,
And
that's a biggie.
Make a day
So
of
is
it,
that, are you going to
don't
do like a big pre-party in terms of like getting a little bit...
there must be, some kind of specificness in it though, because you'd be like, I have a fetish with water. No, I need that to survive.
Yeah.
Is it stuff with like unusual stuff or...
That's my feelings, my dealings. It may not be the same across the board, but I do find we're kind of lacking in Canberra for something for the queer women to do. Like it's.
Yeah, I bring the ice cream because it's like it's east meets I like if you make it cosmopolitan with like
They themselves are only able to love more than one person, or they're only able to love one person at a time, rather. But they're able to share, as it were, with other people and be in a polyamorous relationship. So there's definitely two camps there, at least.
Yeah, it's like pulling the wall
and also doing.
I'm just stop.
Whoa!
Bring it to you.
Can you crunch?
I can, but that's
I can shuffle. Liz about Polymama, the blog, and what it's like being a polymama.
In what way? What do you want to know?
Well, I mean, is it something that you talk to your kids about? How old are they?
Well, I have one child. Right now he's sort of building full sentences at the moment. He's not quite able to comprehend and things, but I mean, my plan is to be open with him about it as he grows up and keep it age appropriate, of course, you know. I'm actually wearing reverse heels.
Some other events we wanted to talk about yet again. What was it? Something really exciting. The carols. Did we forget about the carols?
We haven't forgotten about the carols. They're still on.
Carols at the cottage?
At the cottage, which the cottage refers to the diversity hub in
8
Canberra.
Laidlaw Street.
8. Last time it was 7, wasn't it? Now is it 8?
Yeah, well, has it moved? Yeah, let me
I don't
check.
know. Getting nice and close and intimate there.
Yes, don't worry, it's not on full zoom. I can do it on full zoom if you like.
No. Okay, so this is what a duct tape wallet looks like. They're pretty cool, huh?
That is really funky. How much do they go for?
Well, we haven't decided.
Let's start Daikaikathon.
Yeah.
Was it?
Daikaikathon?
Daikaikathon.
I don't know.
I have a
It's the time of
question.
night when the coffee runs out.
I have a
Yeah.
question.
With a male partner, but once they went with the female partner, they wouldn't think of hurting them in any way, let alone in a fun way. Have you experienced that, to get the best of both worlds? And
Yeah.
is that another like expression of an aspect of your personality in regards to a person of a different gender or a certain gender?
Oh,
Camille. Like the rhythm, like the rhythm.
Start of Spring Out tomorrow and Fair Day's on, and it's all about your gay, queer community and getting together to celebrate, I guess, what it is to be gay and hang out with friends. So we thought we'd get Gap Group on because they're a really important queer women's community group. And so do one of you want to tell us a little bit about what it is that Gap Group get up to?
As a group mainly for older women maybe?
I'm not 100% sure, and it's really great to kind of connect up with these different groups. So, and you know, there's lots of great people. Our fellow co-presenter on this show, Jude Coyne,
On the BDSM community, or do you think like you see it in a different way to other people who are members of the community but are?
You can see inside my mouth. Oh yeah. How's this one? I don't know, like. You can like look at my eyeball. Something.
Yeah, I like that. Dubstep. It's like anything else is
Look at that hair girth and density. It's like some quality pits. Quality pits.